I don't understand. Since May has started, it is very hot during the day here, and then at around 3 or 2 p.m. like just storms roll in, and it's just cloudy and rainy and stormy until, honestly, until like 8 p.m. and then it's like, okay, well, all the fun parts of the day, it was rainy and stormy outside. And I've lived here long enough to know that this is not how it usually is. Like this May is so confusing. I just don't know what's going on. It upsets me though, because I want to spend more time outside, but usually at the time that I want to spend outside, like right now, I can't. It is June 1st. Happy Pride Month, everybody. This is a very exciting time. I'm actually going to the Salt Lake Pride March for my airline. I volunteered to be a part of the march, so I'm very excited about that. That's on Sunday the 4th. But today I have an airport standby at 7:15 p.m. It is 2:40. So I have to leave the house in a little less than 4 hours, like 3.5 hours. There's nothing on the board right now. So as of right now, it's looking safe. But if there's any late call outs for like leanovers, that's probably what I'm gonna get. You guys know how much I hate those. So some people have asked like, what do you pack for food and what do you meal prep and all of that? And honestly, I just don't know how to film me cooking. Like I don't know where to put the camera and I never think of to do it. But I thought I'd at least just show you, because a lot of people ask for ideas too, and this might help with ideas. So I know I'm kneeling down. So I know I've said this before on my channel, but get Pyrex glass bowls to heat all of your food up in, because you can heat these up on the plane, but you can also heat them up on in a normal microwave. So in this one I have like a veggie stir fry and rice. In this one, last night I made fajitas, and then I also made just like a tofu and black bean protein kind of taco meat, if you will. And so then we had fajita tacos last night. But if you don't want to worry about like tortillas and making yourself a taco on the plane, I'm just gonna kind of turn it into like a salad bowl. So I have some of the lettuce left over from the tacos, and then you can bring like a little jars of salsa and sour cream or guacamole or whatever kind of toppings you like, and just mix it all together after you've heated up your food. So there's 2 meals. For lunch I made lemon pasta and veggies, so that's in here. This is in like a little bit of a bigger one, but it's just what ended up working. So that's 3 meals right there, obviously. And then something that you can always do is buy pre-packaged, pre-made rice, so that you don't have to do anything other than heat it up, and then maybe like a packet of curry, or you could bring ramen noodles on board and just use the boiling water from the coffee maker, stuff like that. Kind of just have to get creative. I'm gonna charge my camera battery though, because it needs to be charged, and go about the rest of my getting ready process. I'm gonna try to film. I know some of you have wanted more like home content or like day-to-day content, and I just don't do a very good job at vlogging that, so I'm gonna try, but my camera needs to charge. It's such a random place to vlog from, but I didn't want to have to worry about sitting at my tripod. And this is like on top of my dresser with 5 books stacked on top of it. And it's kind of the perfect height, so we're just gonna go with it. As you can tell, I'm not working. I'm at home. Look, here's the proof. Here's Murph, my little lover boy. So clearly, I did not get used on my standby last night. I came home around midnight and I woke up slowly this morning. Like I kept waking up thinking that, having dreams thinking that I was checking my phone and that I had been assigned something. But it was never like an urgent assignment, like something I needed to be there in 2 hours. So it wasn't a super stressful dreams, but it's stressful nonetheless. I keep checking open time though, and as of lately, there's only been one thing I was legal for, and it was a lien over for tonight, but it was gone when I checked an hour later. They run the 8A preferencing and the 8A like assignments at 9:30, 11:30, 1:30, 3:30, 5:30, 7:30, 9:30. And so I checked after 11:30 and that trip was gone and it wasn't assigned to me. So as of right now, I think there's 2-3 days, but obviously I'm not legal for that because I only have 2 days left of my 8 days. So I don't know what's gonna happen. There's obviously a chance that they could call me at any moment, but they still have to legally give me 2 hours to get to the airport. And it has to be obviously a later report 2-day or a lien over. But if anyone's calling out last minute, I mean, that's what the standbys are at the airport for. Now, all that to say, I'm not like hopeful because I don't usually have luck when it comes to this thing. Like, I feel like my 8 days usually just, I get used like hardcore, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. At this point, I'm just gonna stay at home though. I did just work out. My gym is only like 5 minutes from the house. So if I got called, then I was fairly confident that I could still get to the airport within 2 hours. Because my bag is still packed, really, all I would have to do is wash my face, put some makeup on, get dressed, zip up everything and go, you know what I mean? On all my 8 days prior to this, like within quite literally the last year, I have either been assigned something the day before or woken up to an assignment for later that day. So this is the first time that I'm like, not midway through the day, like it's still kind of the morning, it's 11:50, but this is the first time that I'm like slightly throughout the day, I guess, without having an assignment. So I don't know what to think. More than likely I'll be assigned something, but we'll see. It is 5:30, at about a half hour ago. I got called for a 2-day. It's like a really late report 2-day, super easy. It reports at like 8:10 p.m. So that's 2.5 hours from now, and it releases at like 8:25. As soon as I got it, I put it up for a drop. I don't think it's gonna get picked up, obviously, because it's last minute. I've spent the majority of the day. I did some organizing and cleaning. I just vacuumed. Sam is gone because he's on a trade show. He's actually in Seattle on a trade show with this company. So I've just been hanging out with the cats. I'm kind of bummed because would I rather have this trip so that I could get real sleep? Yes, because it has like an 11-hour and 50-minute layover in Minneapolis. And I really, really, really liked our hotel room in Minneapolis, our short stay hotel. But at the same time, if I had a lien over, if I would have been assigned a lien over earlier in the day, it would have more likely been picked up. So I'm kind of bummed that I wasn't initially assigned a lien over. I kept checking open time like every hour to see if there was something new, and two of those lien overs were just sitting in Murphy. Two of those lien overs were just sitting in open time and not being assigned for like hours and hours and hours. And even when I was assigned this Minneapolis 2-day, those 2 lien overs were still sitting there. And I'm curious why they were there and weren't assigned out, and why the first thing they did was assign this Minneapolis 2-day. I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's a really easy trip. It's one leg to Minneapolis, and then we go Minneapolis to LA and LA to Salt Lake tomorrow. I'm not A, unfortunately, because, you know, as I've mentioned plenty of times before, like I only like flying A now, but when you're on your 8 days, there's not too much you can do unless you specifically preference for an A position specific rotation trip. There just wasn't anything available, and also I didn't want to work, so. But all I have to do is put makeup on and pack my food. I'm gonna put like obviously just a minimal amount of makeup on because it's one leg, and I don't have to leave until like 7:15, 7:20 at the latest. My report time's 8:10. At this time of day, it's only gonna take me like 20 minutes to get to the airport, and then about 15-ish minutes from the second I get on to the employee bus to getting past security and on my way to the gate. So I'm not really in any rush. I still have an hour and a half really before I have to leave. And I'm obviously procrastinating as well because I don't want to go. This is the first time that like it's taken this long to get a trip. So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Usually I've been like plucked like this, or I'll wake up to a rotation on my line or whatever the case might be. So I'm shocked that I didn't get a trip till almost 5 p.m. This is focused on me. I think because the lighting in the back is throwing it off, but I just don't care right now. Murphy's eating, so if you can hear him crunching on his food, he's down at the cat bowls eating, and my window is open, so if you hear noises from outside, I just don't care. I am so drained. You may or may not be able to tell I did not film anything on that trip. It was a super short trip that I got assigned anyway. It was basically only 24 hours of work, and the layover was only 11 hours and 15 minutes. I think I thought it was longer than that, like maybe almost 12 hours, but it was only 11 hours. So I didn't even have enough time to sleep. And I know you guys are probably confused at that, but it's just not enough time. I don't want to get into specifics right now. I just went to the Pride Parade and I just got home. It was incredible. I had an amazing time. I actually hung out the whole time with somebody I flew with on the trip that just got done last night. So it was really fun and made some new friends too, so it was really great. So my next set of reserve days was supposed to start tomorrow. It was supposed to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I actually ended up swapping with somebody who has a trip on Tuesday because I am just like depleted. Mentally, physically, emotionally. I don't feel sick, but I feel like I can only access like half of my energy. Like I just feel depleted. So I needed an extra day off. I wasn't going to swap anything because I had bid for a late standby like I always do. I don't know if I had put it in incorrectly, but I didn't get one. And if you're a flight attendant from my airline watching this, you would understand that when I say, okay, I had to change the angle because it kept going out of focus. But now you can see all the clutter behind me. If you're a flight attendant from my airline, you would understand that when I say that when you bid for a standby at my seniority, like, you get it. You get it. The way that the system works, and without getting into specifics, if you bid for a standby, that's the first thing it acknowledges and tries to put out for you. And I didn't get it. So I must have put something in incorrectly, which I've never done before, because every time I want a standby, I get it. So I don't know what happened. But that was my saving grace, because I really needed a full night's rest tonight and like most of the day off tomorrow to like recoup, and I didn't get that. So I'm very grateful to have been able to swap with somebody so that I have all of tomorrow off, and then I don't work till my report time I think is 4 p.m. on Tuesday. I don't think anything else is gonna pop up on open time, but I'm gonna keep checking to see if a different trip is gonna pop up, because this, as of right now, this trip I'm working is not a position, which means it's not flight leader. And it's a decent trip. Like, it's a 22-hour Vegas, and then from Vegas you do a red eye to Cincinnati, and I hate that Cincinnati hotel just because I don't like it. It's honestly nothing to do with the hotel other than the curtain issue that I've explained in a previous vlog, but I don't know, I just don't like going into Cincinnati, but it's fine. I'm sure nothing else will pop up, but if something does, I will swap into it. But as of right now, that is my trip. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything else today. I do have to run some errands, but I might put them off to tomorrow, especially now that I have tomorrow off, because I am feeling like death. I just want to lay down all day. Murphy and I just want to lay down all day. See, come on, bud. Want cuddles? We just want to cuddle all day, huh, bud? Nebula is being extremely needy right now. I just came on here to say, I've been checking open time a little bit today, and I finally managed to swap into a higher time 3-day, same day. No fun layovers. The last one was along Las Vegas, which I actually really like that hotel and layover, but it was only worth like 16.5 hours. This one's worth 17 hours, but the best part about it is it's position A, it's flight leader. So I get to be flight leader. I get to make more money an hour because I'm flight leader, and it starts with a red eye to, where are we going? It starts with a red eye to Tampa, which I've been to Tampa a lot recently too. I don't know. And then we end up having a short layover in Spokane. Both of them are short layovers, but it's only 1 leg day 1, 2 legs day 2, and 2 legs day 3. And it's basically, I get back at the same time. I just don't have a long layover, and I report a whole lot later. So it's really only 48 hours of work, which is, love to see it. Excuse me, those are our clean clothes. You're not supposed to be in there. Come on. Good morning. It's morning to me, okay? Because I feel like I say good morning a lot on this channel, and then I always follow it up with, well, it's not morning anymore. In this case, it's morning to me. It's 4 p.m. Well, 3:59. My pickup is at 5:11, but we worked the red eye last night, so I got into the hotel around 7, and I managed to fall asleep around 8. So I slept from 8 to 2, so I've been awake for 2 hours. I didn't want to sleep too long, like obviously that was 6 hours, so it was like kind of long, but I didn't want to sleep too long because I want to be able to go to sleep tonight. We're gonna end up in Spokane, and we're not gonna get to our hotel room till midnight, which is 3 a.m. East Coast time. So I feel like I should be able to fall asleep around that general time, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like it's not gonna be too bad since the time difference is gonna be pretty drastic because we're in Tampa right now. Anyway, just had to DoorDash some tampons, so that's how my day is going. Just wanted to check in. I really have nothing else to say, but we're in Tampa. Nothing exciting. My Spokane layover is a little less than 14 hours. I think it's like 13 hours and 50 minutes or something like that. And they do put us in downtown, so I don't know what I'm gonna try to do. Like, ideally, I'd like to say like, oh, maybe I'll wake up and go on a run, but it depends on like how quickly I fall asleep when I get into the hotel room, and then, you know, my mood. Anyway, today we fly Tampa to Minneapolis, Minneapolis to Spokane, layover, and then on day 3 we fly Spokane to Minneapolis and then Minneapolis to Salt Lake. So we hit Minneapolis twice on the 2 days left of our trip. This is a pretty good time trip. Usually I feel like trips that start with red eyes, because you kind of have that whole day off rather than working that first day, usually they're a little lower time, like 14, 15, maybe 16 hours. This one was worth 17 hours of credit, and I'm a position, I'm lead, so I'm making a few extra bucks an hour as well. just to tack on to that. So it was a pretty good trip. And I just stumbled upon this one in open time, which I was very happy about. One of the crew members I worked with before a little less than a month ago on my LA trip, which was in one of my last recent vlogs. And then 2 of the other crew members are pretty new, and both of them had seen my YouTube channel. So Ovella and Evelyn, thank you for watching. Oh, but really though, I really appreciate it. It was funny, they were like, Ovella was like, I just realized why you looked familiar. And she was like, I've seen your YouTube videos. So anyways, it was funny, appreciate it. Basically, I'm just gonna slowly get ready and then head on out. Hey, look, it's another talking clip. Yesterday was a really bad day. So I had decided that I wasn't really gonna vlog. Just this night, I was just gonna go home and not worry about it. I feel a lot better today, by the way. So all of that has been pushed into the back of my mind, or like moved on. We just had an hour delay, which is why I decided to pick up the camera. We just had another 15-minute delay, just right now. Okay, so originally we were supposed to go out at 2:05, and now we're going out at 3:17. But that only gives us a 20 or a 15-minute turn time in between our flight from Spokane to Minneapolis, and then Minneapolis back to Salt Lake. So it's not looking great. This is go home day. We don't want delays on go home days because we just want to go home. Unless it's going to delay enough to where they have to put a different flight crew on it and then they just send us home, because you know, that would be fine too. Anyway, so because of the delay, I had time to come on here and do a quick vlog clip. I don't really feel like getting into the reasons why yesterday was a bad day. The nice thing about this job is that you don't take it home with you. Like, what happens on the plane happens, and then you go home, and then it's the next day and it's a new crew or passengers or whatever, you know? So I'm fine now and we move on. I have a great crew. I really enjoy this crew. I've worked with one of them before, which was really nice. And then Ovella and Evelyn, they're both kind of new hires, and they both told me that they watched my video. So if you guys are watching, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been great to work with them. It's a great crew. I'm really happy about the crew. This trip has been okay. No fun layovers. Obviously, I didn't go out and do anything today. I needed like a mental health, stay inside the hotel room, sleep as long as possible kind of day. That's all I had to say though. I just was coming in here with a little update. So we'll see if we make it home tonight, or if this keeps getting delayed.